Welcome back. Today we're working through a lab from the NoSQL injection module on the PortSwigger Web Security Academy named Exploiting NoSQL Operator Injection to Bypass Authentication. Let's read what they give us before we touch anything. The login here runs on a MongoDB database, and they tell us straight up it's vulnerable to NoSQL injection using MongoDB operators. The goal is to log in as the administrator. To get us going, they hand us a normal account. Username Wiener, password Peter. That's everything the description gives us, so let's open the lab and look at it. Here's the lab, a little shop. Before I click anything, let me flip on Foxy Proxy, which routes my traffic through Burp Suite so I can see and edit requests later. I'm on the Community Edition, which is plenty for this. And one setup note. In Burp, under Proxy, then Intercept, I've got Intercept switched off. With it on, the moment I click something, the request freezes inside Burp and the page just hangs. With it off, traffic flows straight through and gets logged for me to look at after. Off is what we want here. Okay, top left, there's a My Account link. Click that, log in with Wiener and Peter, and we're in. There's the account page. Now let's go see what that login looked like underneath. In Burp, I'll open Proxy, then the HTTP History tab. This is the log of everything that's passed through, and since I just logged in with the proxy on, the request is sitting right here. I want the post request to /login. There are plenty of gets in the list, but the one carrying my username and password is the post. Right-click it, send to repeater, or just hit Control-R. Repeater is where we'll live now. And the nice part is, instead of going back and logging in over and over, I keep the request right here, change a value, hit send, and read what comes back. Let me send it exactly as is first, to see the normal case. They're a 302, and the location header points me to my account as Wiener. Hold on to that. 302 means it worked, and it's redirecting me in. Now look at the bottom of the request. The login isn't a plain form. It's this block in curly braces. Double quote, username, double quote, colon, double quote, Wiener, double quote. Same again for password. That format is JSON, JavaScript Object Notation. And the one thing to notice right now is that both values are plain text strings. Let me show the other side. I'll change the password to something wrong on purpose and send. This time, a 200, not a 302. Flip to the Render tab, which draws the response as an actual page instead of raw text, and the site very politely informs me my username or password is invalid. So that's our two tells, a 302 and we're in, a 200, and the app's just shaking its head at us. Handy, because we're about to make this thing misbehave. Here's the key. Those values are strings right now. But JSON can hold more than strings. A value can be a whole object, and MongoDB reads certain objects as instructions, called operators. So let me pull up the MongoDB operator docs in a window off to the side so we can see them as we work. I left the link in the description if you want to check it out too. Real quick ad break. When I started CyberSec, the hardest part was that everything was scattered all over the place. So I pulled it into one library, 33 modules, foundations through SOC and Blue Team. It is on my Etsy, link in the description. Before we use one, let me sketch what's probably running on the back end. And I want to be clear, this is a guess. We don't get to see their real code. But it's a useful one. Picture a collection of users, each one a little document, an ID, a username, a password, maybe an email. When you log in, the server probably does something like find the user where username matches what you typed and password matches what you typed. Both of those are exact matches right now. An operator lets us swap that exact match for a looser condition. Let me scroll to the comparison operators. There's the one I want. $NE not equal to matches anything that isn't equal to the value I give it. Back in repeater, I'll replace Wiener in the username with this, curly brace, double quote, $NE, double quote, colon, then an empty string, close curly brace. In plain terms, Give me a user whose username is not equal to nothing. Almost every user has a username, so that's true for nearly all of them. Send. Okay, that's unexpected. Oh yeah, the NE should be in double quote too. My bad, sorry. And 302. Oh, logged in as Wiener. Except this time, I never typed Wiener. That's operator injection working. Let me try a second one, and this one's worth knowing. Down in the evaluation operators, there's $regex. Regex is pattern matching. Instead of an exact word, you describe a shape. The bit to learn is $* minus any character, any number of times. So CAT followed by $* matches cat, catalog, anything starting with cat. I'll set the username to curly brace, double quote, $regex, double quote, colon, double quote, the letters WIEN, then $*, double quote, close curly brace, meaning anything starting with ween. Send. 302, in as wiener. There are loads more operators in this list. There's even $where, which runs raw JavaScript. But I'm not touching every one. Give the docs a read if you're curious. Now let me push it. I'll put the not equal payload in both fields. Username not equal to empty. Password not equal to empty. Send. And we get a 500. Internal server error. The beginner reflex is to think I broke it and it's over. It's the opposite. Scroll into the response and it spells out what happened. Query returned unexpected number of records. The server basically tattles on itself. Think about what we asked. Any username, any password. That's true for every account. So the query handed back a whole pile of users, and the login only knows how to sign in one person at a time. Give it a crowd and it falls over. So that 500 isn't a dead end. It's the clue. We matched way too many users. So the move now is to narrow it down to one. And we know the one we want, the administrator. So I'll keep the password side loose and get specific on the username with a pattern. Set the username to curly brace, double quote, $regex, double quote, colon, double quote, admin.star, double quote, close curly brace. That means anything starting with admin, and leave the password as $NE, not equal to empty. Send. 302. And look at the location header. My account, ID equals admin, then a string of random characters. So the admin's name isn't just admin. Someone stuck random junk on the end so nobody could guess it, and regex walks right past that since all we asked for was something starting with admin. One last step, easy to trip on. That 302 happened in repeater, but the lab watches your real browser session, so winning here doesn't register the solve by itself. So right-click the response, choose Request in Browser, in Original Session, copy that URL. Over in my Foxy Proxy browser, paste it in, and wow, there it is. Congratulations, you solved the lab. So why did it work? Top to bottom. The login took our input as JSON, and JSON let us hand it an object where it wanted a plain string. MongoDB read that object as an operator, turning a strict text match into a loose condition. $NE on both fields matched too many users. That was the 500. $regex narrowed us back to a single account and singled out the admin, and the browser handoff carried that session into the real one, so the lab counted it. But under all of it is one thing. The app trusted our input enough to let it reshape its own query. That's really all injection is. That's the lab done. Like, comment, and sub if this video helped you. See you in the next one, you regularly energy drink consuming single almond-sized eye.